So you're sure this one's not a comedy, right? We're going drama? We're assuming drama? Okay, let's go drama then. All right, bye. Hey everybody, Alex here for Nerdy Inc. coming at you with a review of Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. And this review is coming at you from my childhood bedroom because I'm visiting my parents for Easter. Anyway, let's get started. Batman vs. Superman is the most recent trailer for the DC Cinematic Universe. It stars Ben Affleck, Amy Adams, and Jesse Eisenberg. Unfortunately, due to scheduling conflicts, Henry Cavill was unable to reprise his role as Superman, but the Henry Cavill cardboard cutout replacement filled the void in the film well enough. With a runtime of 2.5 weeks, Helmer Zack Snyder has proven that he, nor anyone else at Warner Brothers, really knows what they're doing. Batman vs. Superman's biggest problem is that it isn't as smart as it thinks it is. It's clear that Zack Snyder and company had a lot of ideas kicking around when writing the story, but due to the 492 subplots in the film, they felt the need to spell out these ideas. For example, Snyder wanted to convey the idea that Superman, heralded as a hero, is not respected by a small but passionate minority. What we needed was a small, emotional scene with a few characters looking at the spoils of Superman's legacy with disdain. That's what we got. What we didn't need were the words "False God" literally written across the statue's chest in red paint. But we got that too. It's a classic case of assuming your audience is dumber than it is, and we get several points of that throughout the film. Some of them go into spoilers, so I won't go too into detail, but let's just say the spray paint comes up more than once. The secondary sin committed by this film is the transfer of knowledge among characters. We learn things throughout the film as we watch it. Locations of characters, purposes of weapons, origins of secrets. However, just because we know that piece of information doesn't mean all the characters do. Superman learns a key piece of information, but somehow in the next scene, Wonder Woman and Batman also know it. We know that quite a bit of this footage was left on the cutting room floor, so it does beg the question of just how much of this was crucial to the plot, and it makes you wonder if it was given the boot to make room for more Justice League setup. And oh my god, is there Justice League setup. Between elaborate dream sequences and superpowered email exchanges, clips of Cyborg, Aquaman, The Flash, and Darkseid are all shoehorned into this film. And much like Thor's side quest in Age of Ultron, it really kills the momentum of the moment. In fact, the pacing in this film may be one of the most off-putting things about it. There are really two halves to this film: the setup and the action. Save for one car chase early on, the first half of this film is pretty much all exposition. And this exposition is as ham-fisted as it is scatterbrained. There are good ideas buried somewhere in this film, but the story is so caught up in itself that none of it really materializes into anything noteworthy. BVS's biggest flaw is that it wears too many hats. Its on-the-nose delivery, a haphazard story that doesn't hold up under scrutiny, and unfocused direction all contribute to a film that doesn't work to form a cohesive narrative. So the substance falls flat. But how does the style hold up? I wanted to hold off on the style thing until the end because this is what a lot of people are criticizing. The fact that it's dark and grim and seems to lack a lot of fun, or it's action-packed and it's gritty and it's real. This is something that's very controversial, and among all things, this is the most nebulous of all my complaints. I'll go on record as saying no, I don't like Zack Snyder's direction. I don't think Superman should be a dark, bleak figure. I don't think Batman should murder people, manslaughter. Snyder, of course, cites one Miller panel to justify having Batman shoot and kill people, ignoring another panel in the same run. And this is really a thesis of Zack Snyder's work, in my opinion. Now, I don't want to say that Zack Snyder is a big, dumb, megalomaniacal, violent sociopath who lives out his hyper-masculine power fantasies through his films, but there is a trend of Snyder seemingly missing the point of the works he adapts. Even though the visuals can mirror those of the comics, it feels like the heart of the story is sometimes lost. At the end of the day, style is so much harder to criticize than substance because there are no real rules for tone other than it must be consistent in the whole movie itself. So long as the tone is consistent, then you can't really criticize it for being bad. Things can be dark and that's okay, and things can be lighthearted and that's okay. One is not better than the other, one is not more adult than the other, and one does not imply more superiority over the other. But at the end of the day, the substance is weak, and when the style can't make up that difference, you get Batman vs. Superman. A big, loud, scatterbrained mess. And that's not really a good foundation for your cinematic universe. And those are our thoughts on Batman vs. Superman. Next week, we're actually going to upload a little bit more of a spoiler discussion, and we're going to have Derek on, who does our comic book reviews, but these were our spoiler-free thoughts. If you have thoughts of your own, let us know in the comments down below. And as always, for more games, comics, movies, and more, keep it right here on Nerdy Inc.